Okay, good morning, everybody.
Morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
So this morning we are going to talk about recruitment and selection. So the first we must do recruitment, and after that we can do selection. So this topic will be handled or presented by Nita. Nita Disapiti. So before we start our lecture, as usual, so you must give the opening comment. And then so you must say your greeting first, and the name and your condition, and the purpose of joining jobs here, and then you must describe what you know about recruitment and selection. Okay, please, Prof. Ipani, please.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Today I'll attend the class because I want to know about Mursalin selection, and then I want to know about more of from the advance of human resource management, and then good luck for the presenter for today. And then my conditions right now is really good, and actually in my home it's raining, and then it's a little bit cold, but it's still good. Thank you, sir.
Ipini.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. Today I'm in a very good condition, and today's class topic is recruitment and selection. What I know about it is that recruitment is the first beginning step of someone to join one organization or company, and HR must to be seriously taking care of it. And good luck for Nita for explaining the topic later. Thank you.
Okay, Putri Hermania.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, sir and everyone. So I joined the class today because I want to learn about recruitment and selection by my friend's presentation. So what I know about recruitment and selection is an important operation in human resource management. It is a process of sourcing, screening, shortlisting, and selecting the right candidates for the required vacant position. So good luck for the presenter. Thank you.
Okay, good. Tata, please.
Sorry, sir, I cannot open the camera because I'm in clinic right now.
Yeah.
Good morning, sir and everyone. My name is Nurpratista. Currently, I'm in good condition. I joined this class today because I want to see my friend presentation about recruitment and selection. What I know about recruitment and selection is the process of attracting qualified candidates for a job role, and the selection is the process of identifying and selecting the right candidate for that job. That's all from me, sir. Thank you, and good luck for the presenter.
Tasya. Vilashola, please.
Good morning, everyone. Today I'm in a good condition. In today's class, we will see our friend's presentation about recruitment and selection. So basically, recruitment is the process where the company is searching and attracting qualified candidates for a job role, while selection is the process of identifying and hiring the right candidates among the shortlisted candidate for that job. Good luck for the presenter. Thank you.
Okay, Asawayune.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Alhamdulillah, I'm in good condition, and the reason I'm joining to this class because I want to see my friend's presentation and learn more about recruitment and selection. And what I know about recruitment is the process of finding candidates, while selection is choosing the best candidate and offering them to the job. Thank you.
Okay, Revilia Teresa.
So good morning, sir, and good morning, everyone. Today I'm in good condition, and the reason why I joined today's Zoom meeting class is because I want to know about selection and recruitment. They are going to be presented by my friend Afi. So what I know about recruitment is refers to overall process of identifying, attracting, screening, shortlisting, and interviewing candidates for a job that are qualified for them. So selection and recruitment is basically the first step to enter and become an employee, because in order to do that, a company must know your quality so that they can choose whether they are going to hire you or not. Thank you.
Okay. Adelia Putiariko.
All right, so good morning, everyone. My name is Adelia. Alhamdulillah, my condition today is good. And the reason I joined class today is because I want to learn from our friend's presentation with the material recruitment and selection. What I know about recruitment and selection is a process of selection involve identify the most sustainable candidate for some job. Thank you and good luck to the presenter.
Okay. Anjan Yuando.
Good morning, sir, and everybody. The reason today I joined the class is because I want to see my friend presentation about recruitment and selecting. In my opinion, recruitment and selecting is a process to searching or finding the new candidate for a company or organization to get a good member or a good employee. And good luck for the presenter. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Wayu Andika.
Okay, good morning everyone. As usual, today I want to learn more about advanced human resource. This time our recruitment and selection. It is important to know about recruitment and selection because it got important role in the quality of every employee who will work for the company, whereas their skill, ability, and knowledge are useful for the progress of the company. Good luck for the presenter. Thank you.
Okay. Elisa Febrianti. Elisa Febrianti. Kevin Nathanael.
Okay, good morning, sir, and good morning, everyone. Today, my friend Nita will discuss about recruitment and selections, and it is an important topic because usually HR divisions that handle the process of recruitment, and it's better for us to know how the good and the correct way to recruit people because human resource is the most important asset for the company. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Dewi Winarni.
Okay, so good morning, sir, and good morning, everyone. The reason why I joined this class today because I learn more about recruitment and selection. What I know is recruitment is process of selecting candidates to fill vacant position in the company. Thank you, sir. Good luck for the presenter.
Okay. Muhammad Arazi Bagaswara.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning,
Waalaikumsalam.
sir, and everyone. Today I just because I want to hear my friend presentation with Adi Savitri about topic about recruitment and selection. In my opinion, recruitment refers to process of identifying, attracting, interviewing, selection, hiring, and onboarding employees. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Nita Dusha Fitri.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, sir. Now I'm in good conditions. So the reason I attend this class today because I went to presentations about today material, chapter 27, which is about recruitment and selections. So hopefully today class will be run well. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay, so now it's time for Nita to present your topic, yeah. So I will make you co-host.
Sir.
Yes.
Sorry, because my laptop is broken, so I asked Arsa to help show my slide. It's okay, sir.
Okay, please. Who will help you?
Arsa.
Saya. Okay. Okay, Arsa, please have your friend to show to share screen the PowerPoint presentation PowerPoint. Please.
Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Nita and today I want to presentations about today material, which is chapter 27 about recruitment and selections. Next slide, please, Arsa. Okay. The recruitment and selection. The recruitment and selections is process should be to obtain at minimum cost the number and quality of employees required to satisfy the human resource needs of the company. In this chapter, we will discussing about 3 stages of recruitment and selections. The first stage is defining recruitments, and the second is attracting candidates, and the third is selections candidates. Next slide, please. So I will explain about defining the recruitment. Recruitment is preparing job description and specifications, deciding terms and conditions of employment. Requirements for a particular position are set out in the form of role profiles and process specifications. And in this case, the company should be to know the demand for replacement or for new jobs to be filled, and this demand should be checked to ensure that they are justified. This provides the basic information required to draft up advertisements, brief agency recruitment consultants, and assess candidates. Provide listing competencies, skills, educational, and experience requirements. So in the requirements, the company must pay attention to these 6 points. The first point is role profile for recruitment purpose, and the second is person specifications. The third is the 7-point plan, and the fourth is the 5-foot grading system. The 5 is choice of system, and the last is using a competency-based approach. Next slide, please. So I will explain about the first point, that is role profile for recruitment purpose. So role profile define the overall purpose of the role, its reporting relationship, and key results area. They may also include a list of the competency required. This will be technical competency like knowledge and skill, and any specific behavior competency attached to the role. And for recruitment purpose, the profile is extended to include information on terms and conditions, such as pay, benefits, hours of work, and special requirements, such as mobility, traveling, or unsocial hours and training, development, and career opportunities. And next, the person specifications. Person specification define the education, training, qualification, and experience. The technical competence as set out in the role profile may also be included. A person's specifications can be set out under the following headings. First is A, technical competency. This is what the individual needs to know and be able to do to carry out the role, including any special aptitudes or skills required. And B, behavior and attitudinal requirements. The behavior and attitudinal parts of the person's specifications are used as the basis for structured interviews. Role-specific information is also needed, which should be developed by analyzing the characteristics of existing employees who are carrying out their roles effectively, and C, qualification training and the experience. This is categories of work organizations, the types of adjustment and activities that will be likely to predict success. And ES, specific demands. This is where the role holder will be expected to achieve in specific areas, develop a new market, improve sales, or introduce new system. And F is organizational fits. This is the corporate culture and the need for candidates to be able to work within. And H is special requirements such as traveling, unsocial hours, and mobility. And H is meeting candidates' expectations. This is the extent to which the organization can meet candidates' expectations in terms of career opportunities, training, and security. Next slide, please. Okay, alternatively, they are the traditional classification schemes, although the most familiar are the 7-point plan developed by Roger 1952 and the 5-foot grading system produced by Munro Fraser 1954. And the 7-point plan covers A, physical makeup. This is such as health, physical appearance, hearing, and speech, and B, attainments such as such as educations, qualification, experience, and C, general intelligence, such as fundamental intellectual capacity, and D, special aptitudes. This is such as mechanical, manual dexterity, facility in the use of words or figures, and F is interest, such as intellectual, practical, constructional, physically active, social, artistic, and FS dispositions such as acceptability, influence over others, steadiness, dependability, self-reliance, and G circumstance such as domestic circumstance and accomplishments of family. And next, the five-fold grading system. The first is impact on other, like physical makeup, appearance, speech, and manner, and the acquired qualifications such as education, vocational training, work experience, and innate abilities such as natural quickness of comprehensive and aptitude for learning, and the motivations, the kinds of goals set by the individual, the consistency and determination in following them up, and success in achieving them. And the last is adjustment. This is emotional stability, ability to stand up to stress, and ability to get on with people. Next slide, please. Okay, the point 5 is choice of system. On the system, the 7-point plan has the longer predictor, and the 5-fold grading scheme is simpler, but can provide a good framework for interviewing. Next slide. Okay, the point 6 is using a competency-based approach. A competency-based approach means that the competency defined for a role are the framework for the selections process. A competency approach can be helped to identify speech selection techniques such as psychological testing or assessment center, and are most likely to produce useful evidence. The advantage of a competency-based approach have been summarized by Wood and Pei 1998 as follows. A, increase the accuracy of predictions about sustainability, and B, it's facilitate a closer match between the personal attributes and the demand of others, and C, help to prevent interviewers making snap judgments, and D, can underpin the whole range of recruitment techniques, application forms, interviews, tests, and assessment centers. Next slide. The competence used for recruitment selections purpose should meet the following criteria. The first is they should focus on areas in which candidates will have demonstrated their competency in their working or academic life, leadership, teamwork, initiative. And B, they are likely to predict successful performance, achievement motivations, and C, they can be assessed in a target behavior event interview, and D, they can be used as criteria in an assessment center. And a competency approach along these lines can provide the most effective means of identifying sustainable candidates as part of a systematic selections process. Next slide. So we move to the the stage. Okay, we move to the stage. The next stage, it is attracting candidates. Attracting candidates is primarily a matter of identifying, evaluating, and using the most appropriate sources of applicants. So here are some factors to be considered in attracting candidates. The first is analysis of requirement strength and weakness, and second is sources of candidates. Third is educational and training establishment, and fourth is application forms, and the last is safety applications. This side. So So the first point is analysis of recruitment strength and weakness. The analysis of strength and weakness should cover such matter as the national or local reputations of the organizations, pay, employee benefit and working conditions, the intrinsic interest of the job, security of employment, opportunities for education training, career prospect, and the locations of the officer plan. And the second point is choices of candidates. The candidate to be processed is better to prioritize the candidate that register first into the company in comparison of external. If company do not get the appropriate criteria, the company can search through external like internet or advertisement or a consultant agency. Next slide. As described earlier, the company can search for candidates through three media. The first we will discuss advertisement. Advertising is the most obvious method of attracting candidates. The objective of an advertisement should be to attract attention, create and maintain interest, stimulate actions. And recruitment or online recruitment use web-based tools such as a firm's public internet site or its own internet to recruit staff. The process of a recruitment consists of attracting, screening, and tracking applicants, setting in over jobs, or rejecting candidates advertising. This side. So the next point is outsourcing recruitments. In this case, the company can use the consultant agency or agency within the company to intend the desired candidates. And next point is education and training establishment. Some companies usually attach to the background of educations, graduates, and skills or expertise they have. This is usually a consideration which will be very concerned. And this point is applications forms. Application forms set out the information on the candidates in standardized formats. They provide a structure basis for drawing up short lists, the interview itself, and for the subsequent actions in offering an appointment and in setting up personal records. And the last point is safety applications. Safety application is the thing that will be considered by the company in the form of they have created, where the candidates have sent the form that has been filled later will be checked competent. Next slide. Okay, we move to the last stage. This is selecting candidates. The main selection method are the interview, assessment, centers, and tests. Another much more obvious method used by a few firms in the UK and more extensively in the rest of Europe is craphology. So this is 7 point will be explained by me. The first is types of interview, second is assessment centers, and the third is craphology, and fourth is choice of selection methods, and the fifth is improving the effective of recruitment selections, and the sixth is reference, qualifications, and others, and the seventh is final stage. Next slide, please. Types, the first point is types of interviews. The first types is individual interviews. The individual interviews is the most familiar method of selections. It involves face-to-face discussions and provide the best opportunity for the establishment of close contact, rapport, between the interviewer and the candidates. And the second type is interviewing panels. This is two or more people gathered together to interview one candidate may be described as an interviewing panel. The interviewers can discuss their joint impressions of the candidate's behavior at the interview and modify or enlarge any superficial judgments. And the last types is selection boards. Selection boards are more formal and usually larger interview panels convened by an official body because there are a number of parties interested in the selection decisions. Next slide, please. The next is assessment centers. Assessment centers provide good opportunities for indicating the extent to which candidates match the culture of the organizations. This will be established by observations of their behavior in different but typical situations and by the range of the test and structure interview that are part of the proceeding. Assessment centers also give candidates a better feel for the organizations and its values so that they can decide for themselves whether or not they are likely to pick. And the next point is crapology. Crapology can be defined as the study of the social structure of a human being through his or her writing. In selection is to draw conclusions about candidates' personality from his or her handwriting as a basis for making predictions about future performance in a role. Next slide, please. This slide is choice of selections methods. This is a choice between the main selection methods, what Cook 1993 refers to as the classification consists of application forms, interview, and reference. This can be supplemented or replaced by the data assessment centers and psychological tests. For good and not so good reasons, organizations will return interview as the main method of selections, where assessment centers are inappropriate. The more evidence that can be produced to help in making crucial selections decisions, the better. And the next point is improving the effectiveness of recruitment and selections. An HRM approach can be adopted to recruitment, which involves taking much more care in matching people to the requirements of the organizations as a whole, as well as the particular needs of the job. And this requirement will include commitment and ability to work effectively as a member of a team. For good and second reasons, organizations will return interviews as the method of selections, where assessment centers are inappropriate. The more evidence. And for example of this approach in Japanese companies in the UK include the establishment of the Nissan plant in Washington and Komatsu in Newcastle. Next slide, please. And the 6 points. And the point 6 is reference, qualifications, and overs. The first is reference, purpose, and method. The purpose of a reference is to obtain in confidence factual information about a prospective employee and opinion about his or her character and suitability for a job. And the next is reference, legal aspect. The key legal points that should be considered when asking for or giving reference. Like the first reference also substantive, and B, the reference provide was negligence, and the C reference have a legal liability. And the last is qualifications. If a qualifications is a necessary requirement for the job, it is always worth checking with the university of college concerns or asking the candidates to produce evidence in the shapes of a certificate or diploma. Next slide. Next slide, please, Arsa. Okay. The last point is final stage. Final stage have 3 points. This is the first point is confirm the offer. The final stage in the selection procedures is to confirm the offer of employment after satisfactory reference have been obtained and the applicants have passed the medical examinations required for pensions and life assurance purpose or because a certain standard of physical fitness is required for the work. And point B is contracts of employment. The basic informations that should be included in a writing contract of employment varies according to the level of job. And the last point is follow up. Following up is also important as a means of checking on the selection procedures. If by any chance a mistake has been made, it is useful to find out how it happened so that selection process can be improved. Next slide. All right. So we move to the next session. The next sessions is Q&A. So maybe one of you want to ask me. Anyone?
Hello, Afi.
Hello, Arsa.
My question is, why do you think recruitment and selection are important to the company?
Okay. Okay. Another?
Hello, Afi.
Hi.
Okay, I would like to ask, what benefits do companies get when they have carried out the right recruitment and selection process and went through a long process?
Okay. Thank you, Revi. And maybe another?
Hello, Avi. May I ask?
Hi, Wahyu. Please.
Okay. In your opinion, as manager, how you deal with employee who are a little bit problematic? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. More questions?
Nita, I want to ask.
Hello, Bagas. Yes.
My question is, what is the role of human resource department in the selection?
Sorry, Bagas, can you repeat?
What is the role of the human resource department in the selection?
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Bagas.
Okay.
Hello,
Putri.
So I want to ask, in your opinion, what are the challenges in recruitment? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So maybe this is the 5 question is enough for me. So while I prepare my answer, maybe you can watch some video. This is video example for recruitment and selections today material. Sorry, Asa. I can hear the video.
Okay, wait. Can you hear that now?
Not yet.
the level of cross-collaboration between different groups. When we decided to redesign,
Apple is always about pushing the envelope, about doing the best thing possible. And that's different from any company in the industry. A lot of companies, in terms of making it the highest quality or the most elegant, they will stop at some point because it's too hard. And Apple will never give up because it's too hard or it's impossible.
There's no company in the world where there's such a reverence for expertise.
You don't come to Apple unless you're really good at what you do. The reason you're here, the reason you were hired, is because you're at the top of your field, or you have the potential to be at the top of your field.
There's a belief in the power of small teams to do really great things. That if you get the right people in the room with this notion of let's just do something really great, then great things can happen.
Thinking outside the box, it's funny, we don't even really think about the box. When we go out to do something, we don't start by saying what is everyone else doing and therefore what are the best practices and what should we do. I think we look to say what's the best it possibly can be.
We never stop, really. I mean, we're always refining every little last detail until there's no more time to refine. There is no such thing as good enough. It just has to be the best.
one of the unique things about Apple is the level of cross-collaboration between different groups. When we decided to redesign the batteries for our portable products, the goal was fairly simple: to design a smaller battery that would last longer. We had to start with a new chemistry, a new mechanical design, a completely different industrial design. Our environmental team was involved. It just touched at so many different parts of the company. And that's how new technology is done at Apple. It involves everybody.
The difference between a good product and a great product is that attention to detail. When we started the design of the iPad 2, we knew from the very beginning that the cover was going to be a really important part of the story. The big challenge was, how do you attach the cover? Our implementation of magnets was a really challenging engineering task. One of the engineers on the team actually became an expert in doing computer simulations on magnetic field. It was a tremendous amount of work by a large number of people who, through the course of this product, have become genuine experts in new areas because they had to figure out how to make this product.
そうですね、他の人と一緒に働くのが、本当に楽しいって思える人が多いですね。いろんな問題にぶち当たりながらもどんどん前に進んで、常に問題を解決していく人たちっていうのがアップルに多いです。
I think certainly a hard work ethic is important because there's so much work put into making anything, be it a product or a piece of marketing or some software. What's presented to the consumer is this kind of effortless ease. You don't really know how much work goes on underneath the surface, but believe me, there's a lot.
No hay una sola manera de resolver un problema. De ser flexible y adaptable son características muy importantes si quiere uno trabajar en Apple. Los que trabajan aquí tienen la capacidad de adaptarse rápidamente a circunstancias que cambian constantemente.
The best part of working at Apple is actually the feeling that what you've brought to the table has contributed to something greater than yourself. And in that way, you're changing the world.
We're introducing mind-boggling new, gotta have it, scramble, lines around the building kind of products. And I love my role in making that happen.
You will get more out of working here for 2 years than you will get out of working at any other company for 5 years. Easily.
There's a lot of places you can find happiness. Work, when structured right, is one of the few places you can really find meaning. And I think what Apple gives the employees is the opportunity to be part of something really, really meaningful.
Okay, so after I watch the video, maybe I will answer. I will answer the questions. The first questions will The first question is from Asa. What do you think recruitment selection is important for the company? So, in my opinion, recruitment selections play an important role in the quality of every employee who will work for the company, where their skills, abilities, and knowledge are useful for the progress of the company. So, Asa, how about my answer? It is enough.
Thank you.
Thank you. And next questions I will be answers is from Rafi. So, what benefits a company get when they have carried out the right recruitment and selections process? So, of course, the company will benefit in the form of increased company quality, encouraging increased income because of the good work of employees, and of course, all the company's visions, missions, or ideals achieve goals. Are you satisfied, Rafi?
Okay, thank you for the answer, Afi.
Thank you. And next questions is from Wahyu. How does a manager deal with employees who are a little problematic? Okay, so if I were a manager, maybe I will try to discuss with the employees and try to tell him to comply with the rules and ask the reason why the work is never done and find a solution together. How about my answer, Wahyu?
Okay, thank you, Afi.
Thank you. And this question is from Gus. What is the role of the HR department in the selections? So, HR department in selections, in my opinion, is responsible for gathering detailed information about applicants and scheduling interviews between applicants and the line managers. How about my answer?
Thank you, Afi. It's clear.
Thank you. And the last question is from Putri. What are the challenges in recruitment? So, my opinion, the challenge in recruitment is HR plans and strategies, management and organizations policies, environmental conditions, recruiter habits, job recruitments related to the scope of work and cost and incentive. How about my answer, Putri?
Okay, good answer, Afi. Thank you.
Thank you. And next slide, please, Arsa. Okay, now we move to the questions. So I have a questions. I have 5 questions for you. Maybe one of you want to try. You can choose randomly. Anyone want to try?
Hello, Afi.
Hello.
I want to try to answer question number 2.
Okay, please, Steve.
The question is, what steps do companies need to get or recruit consultants to use their services? My answer is first, check the reputations with the users, and then look at the advertisements of the various firms in order to obtain an idea of the quality of a consultancy and the type and the level of job with which it's. And we can check on special expertise, for example, obviously skilled in recruiting accountants, and then meet the consultant who will work on the assignment to assess his or her quality. And the last steps is compare fees, although the differences are likely to be small and the other considerations are usually more important. That is my answer.
Okay, good answer, Tiffany.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, Anyone want to try to answer? Hello.
Nita.
Hello.
May I answer for number 5?
Okay, please.
All right, so number 5 is explain the advantage with e-recruitment. So e-recruitment not only save cost, but also enables organizations to provide much more information to applicants, which is can be easily be updated. And then there's a more scope to present the employment proportion in terms that increase the attractiveness of company as a place into work. That's my answer. Thank you.
Okay, good answer. Yeah. Thank you, yeah.
Afi, can I answer the question number 1?
Okay.
Okay, so my name is Irfani, so I want to answer the question number 1. The question is mentioned and give an example for each point of the 5-fold grading system. So actually there's a 5-fold grading system that in this word, the first is impact on others, second is acquire qualification, third is innate abilities, and fourth is motivation and adjustment, and 5 is adjustment. For impact on others, the example is like appearance and then speech and also manner. And then for acquire qualifications, it's like an education, vocational training, and also work experience. And then for the innate abilities, there's a naturalness of comparisons and aptitude for learning. And then and the fourth is motivation, and motivation the example is like the kinds of goals that set by the individual and his or her consistency and determination in following them up and success in achieving them. And then adjustment is like emotional stability, and then ability to stand up from the stress, and ability to get on with the people. I think that's all.
Okay, thank you for the answer, Irfani.
Hello, Afi.
Another? Hello, Willa.
So may I try answer number 4?
Okay, sure. Please.
The question is, can you mention the 3 stages of recruitment and selection dealt with in this chapter? Requirement. It is preparing job description and specification, deciding term and condition of employment. The second stage is attracting candidates, like reviewing and evaluating alternative sources of applicants inside and outside the company, advertising, using agencies and consultants. And the last stage is selecting candidates. It is shifting applications, interviewing, testing, assessing candidates, offering employment, obtaining references, and preparing contracts of employment. Is that the correct answer, Afi?
Yes, correct. Thank you, Willa.
Thank you.
Okay, last questions.
Afi,
For the number. Hello, Andrian.
I want to answer number 3.
Okay.
Okay, the question is, explain the meaning of graphology. Graphology can be defined as the study of the social structure of the human being through his or her writing. It used in selection to draw conclusion about a candidate personality from his or her handwriting as a basis for making prediction about future performance in a role. It is my answer that is correct.
Okay, thank you, Anand, for the question, for the answer.
Thank you too.
Okay, maybe this is where my presentation ends. I hope you get new informations and knowledge. Thank you for your attentions and good morning.
Okay, so good morning. So we have seen as Nita presenting the topic about recruitment and selection. Yeah. So I think the representation is good, so it is clear and understandable. Yeah. So, and also that has involved many students to discuss. Yeah, and the student have us 5 question, and also they and the other 5 student also answered the question very well. So recruitment is very important in a company, because recruitment is the first step in creating a powerful resource base. So what is recruitment? Is the process, yeah, of finding and attracting the potential resources, yeah, to fill up, the vacant position in organization. So the organization resources the candidate who have the abilities and a good attitude. Yeah. So so there are five points in the recruitment process. So you can use this best practice. Yeah, how to do recruitment. So of course, if you are the manager of human resource, so you must do the good recruitment, so not bad recruitment. So the first process is recruiting planning. So you must plan the recruitment first, right? And then you must have strategy development. You must develop the strategy, and then searching, and then screening and evaluation and control. So these are the five the five best practice to be followed by every human resource manager. The first, recruitment planning, strategy development, and then searching, screening, and evaluation and control. So what is a recruitment planning? So the first is you must do the planning, the first step of recruitment process. Yeah. So in this case, you must analyze the vacant position, and and describe the vacant positions, all right? And then so it include the job specification. You must describe the job specification and its nature, experience, and qualification and skill required for the jobs, right? So yeah, and then you must identify vacancy. Yeah, you must set up the number of posts to be filled, and then you must set up the number of position, and you must describe the duties and responsibilities to be performed and qualification experience required, right? So in this case, you must do job analysis, yeah, and the job description, and then yeah, I think Nita has explained what is job description, what is job specification, right? So job description is generated by fulfilling the classification and ranking of job, and then placing and orientation of the new resources, and then promotion and transfer, describing the career path, yeah, and then job specification refers to the physical specification, and then mental specification, and then physical features, emotional specification, and behavior specification. And job specification document provide information on the qualification, also is job specification and experience, training and development, skill requirement, and then works responsibilities, emotional characters, and then planning careers, right? And then so after just this job evaluation, so you must evaluate the job, yeah, evaluate the job, yeah, compare it with the comparative process of analyzing, assessing, and determining the relative value or worth of job in relation to the other job in the organization. In the first, so job planning, and the second is recruitment strategy. So right, you must develop the recruitment strategy. You make all by employees, right? This time, and then all your types of and then you must determine types of recruitment. What type of recruitment will you choose? Yeah, to do recruitment, set, and then geographical area recruitment process is this recruitment strategies, yeah, and then searching the right candidates, yeah, searching the right candidate. I think Nita has explained about searching, yeah, and the strategy. So you can get the prospective employees from internal and internally and externally. Yeah, so there are subset and weakness from internal sources and external sources. Yeah, is the way how to do recruitment. And then screening. What is screening? Yeah, screening, yeah, is the process of filtering and the application of the candidate for further selection process. So when many applicants send the CP and send the document to the and you must do screening set, and you must must filter, yeah, yeah, the application, yeah, with yeah, for of the candidate for the selection. Yeah. So the document is not related to the job. Yeah, it's not accepted. Right? It's refused. Right? It's the screening or shortlisting. Right? And then reviewing the resume or cover letters, the CV. Right? Yeah. So the CV of the candidate. Yeah, it includes reason for change of job. Yeah, and then long gap in employment and job sorting, etc. Yeah. And then you can do the selection. Yeah, you can do the selection. Yeah, you can conduct the telephonic or video interview and many others. Yeah, yeah, like it has been explained by Nita just now. Yeah, and evaluation and control. Okay, this is the recruitment process, right? The first is planning. Yeah, the first is recruitment planning, strategy, development, searching, screening, and evaluation and control is very important, right? So I think Nita has explained very well. Yeah, the structure of the process is good. Yes, it can be understandable and very sure. Yeah. So every company must do recruitment. Yeah, and very sure. And so if there are vacant position or vacant jobs, the company needs good applicants, right? Or good prospective applicant. Yeah. So to find the good or the best applicant, so the company must follow to think that they can get from internal sources or external. Yeah. But many companies now seek the external sources. But I notice so there are also many companies they are using the outsourcing. Yeah, outsourcing. So this very is cheap. Yeah, than the fix. Yeah, they can work together with other agency like cleaning service. Yeah, cleaning service. So when the company needs cleaning service, yeah, people, so they can do outsourcing. Yeah, they don't need to hire the cleaning service as people, but they can do outsourcing. So it's very cheaper than to hire. So that because if the company hired the cleaning service, they must pay. Yeah, must pay regularly. So that but when they do outsourcing, it's very cheaper. So if someday they want to stop, it's not problem. It's no problem. So that okay. I think, do you understand what has been explained by your friend in presentation? About recruitment and selection is the first step. Yeah, in helping companies. When you want to run a business, so you must do recruitment first, right? To have good people. Without doing recruitment, how can you have good people? Right? So the first step is doing the recruitment. After recruitment is selection, right? And after selection is the training and development, right? Yeah, or placing. Yeah, and placing. Yeah. This is the process of the human resource management process, right? Recruitment, selection. After being recruited and selected, and then they must be trained, right? So after being trained, they must be put into the right man on the right place, right? And then evaluation again, right? Yeah. It's the process of human resource management. Yeah. Okay. Do you have any question? Any question? Or have you understood what has been explained by your friend? Okay, if you keep silence, it means that you understand. Yes, understand. So what has been explained by your friend? Okay, but before we end our course, yes, as usual, you must give the closing comment. So what has been got by what has been obtained by you from your presentation. And before that, I want to ask you also, when will you have examination? When will you have examination?
Sir,
Yeah.
next week.
Oh, next week. Oh, next week. Yeah. So next week you will have had an examination. Okay. So next week, so we will have no presentation. Yeah. So because you will have examination. So I think you know the way. I think you have known the way of my doing the examination by using video. Yeah. So maybe on Sunday or after this, I will give the question on Google Classroom, so that, and you can read the question there and the instruction. Okay. So and then so Irfani, please.
Okay, good morning everyone. So thank you so much for the presenter today, the tell us about the requirement and also and then I would like to say I learned about how to the recruitment selection process. There's a recruitment, recruitment planning, and then there's a screening before you do recruitment. So it's really important us to know about the recruitment process and also selection process in terms of when we are building business or we are building something that need employee. I think that's all. Thank you.
Tiffany, please.
Okay, first of all, thank you, Nita or Afi, for explaining the topic. And also, sir, for emphasizing again at the end that I learned about today's topic or class is about the recruitment process. And also, we can get to know how to be a good recruiter. Thank you.
Okay. Putih Hermania. Putih Hermania. Tata. Please, Tata. Pratista, Nadia, please. Tata. Tasha Rabiatul Alvia.
Yes, sir. Tata here, sir.
Okay, please. Tata first, please.
Okay, thank you, sir, and thank you for Nita for today's presentation. So I learned more about what is recruitment and selection, like application form, type of interviews, and choice of selection methods. And I hope that next week I can learn more about HRM. No, next week is UTS, sir. So thank you, sir.
Okay. Tasha Rabiatul Alvia.
Sorry, sir. So my connection is unstable.
Okay.
I'm Putri Hermania, so I will give the closing comment. So from today class, I learn about recruitment and selection by the process of selecting, screening, and others. So thank you.
Okay. Tasha Rabiatul Alvia, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Sir Adi, and thank you, Nita, present for presentation today. So from today, the main is recruitment and selection. I think it's important for a company. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Willa Sola Gracia.
So first of all, thank you for Afi that has been presented about recruitment and selection, and also thank you for Saradi that have been explained to us more deeply about recruitment and selection. And this process is very important for us as a manager in the future in order to maximize employee strength, in order to meet the employee strategic goals and objectives. Thank you.
Okay. Asawayune.
Sir Adi and also Nita that has present our today, and that what I have to say is recruitment and selection is important because in this way we can filter
Okay. Refilia Teresia.
Okay, thank you for Afi for today's presentation. Because of Afi, I can get a lot more new insight and new information related to selection and recruitment. So the value that I got from today's presentation is selection and interview is very important for a company to have filtering the new employees that are going to join the company, so that the employees that are going to join the company have good qualities in order to reach the organizational goals. Thank you.
Okay. Elisa Febrianti. Elisa Febrianti. No. Adelia Putri Adiko.
Thank you, sir, and also thank you to the presenter for explaining the material today. And it can be concluded that in selecting candidates, there are several steps that must be considered so that the organization get the right candidates who is suitable. That's all. Stay healthy, all.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the presenter, and thank you for Sir Adi too. I get a new insight and more knowledge about recruitment and selecting, and I know how it the process, how it the work, and how it to be important in of myself and other people. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Wahyu Andika.
Okay, thank you, Sir Adi and Nita, for today class about recruitment and selection. Today, I know about its process and it's important as the first step to having good human resource. Thank you.
Okay, Kevin Nathanael.
Okay, thank you, Nita, and thank you, sir. From today's discussions, I can know about recruitment and selection, include the recruitment process. And someday, if we work in the HR divisions, we can know how to recruit the right people in the right positions. Thank you, sir.
Dewi Winarni.
Okay. Thank you, sir, and thank you to Afi as a presenter today. Today, I learned about recruitment selection. Recruitment selection is important for company because it helps to filtering to get a good quality of human resource. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Muhammad Araji Bagaswara.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. And thank you, Anita, for the presentation. The recruitment and selection is very important because the process are both expensive and time consuming for a company. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Nita Dusha Fitri.
Thank you, sir, and my friends for your attention today to see my presentations. And after studying today material, I know how to the future when I work as a manager or HR divisions to find out what a good process for selections and recruitment in place to the company. Thank you, sir.
Okay, it's time for me to say goodbye. And then so you must be prepared for midterm examination next week. Okay, goodbye. See you later. Be successful in your examination. See you
Thank
later.
you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Have a nice day.
Welcome.